Hello again, everyone. Performance and Effectiveness Coach Keith Young back with another Life Changers conversation. And the topic of this conversation is you don't want to lose the success that you've already gained in your life. Now, once you have gained some success in life, it would be foolish for you to go backwards, wouldn't you agree? So why would you want to give up something that you've already achieved that would benefit you to have more success in your life and have an easier life? Just think about the progress that you've made when you were in school, let's say. Your goal was to not fail one of the grades and that you wanted to pass and be promoted up to the next grade. You made that progress. This way you gained more ground and you didn't lose any. You wanted to make progress to keep your life moving forward and not be left behind. Even though this is a simple concept, I think a lot of people still miss it or don't even think about it. I know you have probably heard a few stories in your lifetime of somebody who accomplished maybe some great things in their life only to lose it all and experience utter failure. Have you ever wondered why does that happen so often? Sometimes it seems to me that along the way, along the pathway to success to any degree, oftentimes comes a lack of logic and good sense and poor judgment, which actually leads to failure and heartache. Now, I read a story a while back, long time ago, about McDonald's, and as I read it, I realized that even though they're known for their hamburgers and their Happy Meals, what many people don't know is they make most of their money in real estate. But that was not the point of this story, however, because as I was reading, it really stuck out to me about the downfall of so many people's lives that were in key leadership positions at McDonald's at the time. Now, I'm not saying that to put down McDonald's in any way, as the book is public information, but sadly it points out how many people's lives who lived the so-called top-of-the-line life at the time were actually destroyed after making a fortune in the hamburger and restaurant business. Now, the same can be said about any industry. It's not just the restaurant industry. And it seems like when success comes to a person, that's when they're the most susceptible and they're in danger of losing it all. So why am I pointing this out? Well, it is because most people want to grow and succeed in their lives, and they all want to have a better life. Most people want to have a life filled with gaining and not losing the ground that they have already succeeded in. And I believe when a person does gain some ground in their life, the most important things that they can do is to realize now that they are now in a very vulnerable place and to be extremely careful that nothing will come along and take back the ground that they've already gained. For myself, as I get older and get a little bit more success in my life, then I want to enjoy it. So I want to be extremely careful not to do something really stupid and idiotic to destroy any of the success that I've already achieved. Now, I know most of you have heard the story of King David of Israel and what a powerful man he was at the time. We know the story that he experienced one of his greatest victories. After that, he took another man's wife, and then, to make matters worse, he also indirectly committed a murder. This was absolutely disastrous to both him professionally and personally, as it had severe consequences in his life many years after that incident. Now, I absolutely adore creating these conversations for you guys because so many people have told me how much it means to them and gets them thinking and gives them new perspective on the issues of their life. And I hear of many people that are starting to experience some success in different areas of their life that you've never experienced before by implementing some of these suggestions and conversations that I have with you each week and sometimes each month. To that I say, keep up the good work, but be careful on your journey. You do not want to give up the ground you've already gained, as that will do more harm than good in the long run. Now, it's very painful to do that, and some people never recover from it once they lose that ground. There will be small failures along the way, but use them as learning tools, learning experiences, and even if you have a major failure, learn from it and keep moving forward. Have perseverance. Just don't give up the ground that you've already gained. So if you're experiencing some success in your life, then you are most susceptible to danger at this moment because we let our guard down because we have achieved that success. One of Zig Ziglar's quotes that I love sums up this conversation. He said, "I'm not going to ease up, give up, back up, let up, or shut up until I'm taken up." Don't you think that's a good way to live life? That whole quote has to do with making progress and moving forward and achieving new heights in business, personal, family, professional, and spiritual life. Keep doing that every single day until life comes to an end, and it is really the best way to live life. Wouldn't you agree with that? To me, it just doesn't make sense to do it any other way. So right now, I would like you to take a moment and really evaluate what you really, really want out of life. Start to learn to succeed in bigger and better ways so you can eventually keep the ground that you've already gained. It is wise to learn and to grow on a daily basis and to be careful not to become arrogant and prideful, or worse yet, stupid along the way. That will be going backwards and not forwards, and not what you really want to do. This is all a very simple but yet very deep and profound concept. With that being said, I would like to end these thoughts with the famous words of that great philosopher intellect, Forrest Gump. That's all I have to say about that. Now, I always appreciate you leaving your comments about this week's conversation and what you got out of it to help you lead a successful life. If you haven't done so already, you can also go to my website, innergamemagic.com, and download your free audio on how to create a success mindset. As always, I wish you much abundance and prosperity, and remember, life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. Go and create the best life possible. Until next time.